In the chilling whispers of 1926 Salem, Massachusetts, a dark secret lay buried within the pages of a 12-year-old girl's journal. Abigail Putnam, an innocent child, meticulously documented a week that would forever haunt her family, a descent into an abyss of terror that no one could have predicted. For decades, experts scrutinized her delicate handwriting, questioning the authenticity of her terrifying tale. But in 2020, a groundbreaking discovery changed everything. Her journal was unequivocally proven to be real, cross-referenced with other unearthed writings of hers. What you are about to hear are the unedited, raw entries from that fateful week, a first-hand account of unimaginable horror. Prepare yourself, for the truth is far more sinister than any fiction, and once you hear what transpired, you may never look at the shadows the same way again. This isn't just a story, it's a chilling echo from the past, a true account that will force you to question the very fabric of reality and leave you with a lingering dread long after it ends. Monday, August 2, 1926 *. Today, the world as I knew it shattered. My twin brother, William, vanished. Just disappeared. We've searched everywhere, every nook and cranny, but there's no trace of him. Mother said he left early this morning, promising to meet his friend Richard at the Frog Pond. But Richard, when we questioned him, had seen nothing of William. The sun has long dipped below the horizon, supper time has come and gone, and the darkness outside feels heavier than usual. Mother and father, their faces etched with a fear I've never seen, have gone down the road to the McConnell farm. They hope the McConnell family's sniffing dogs can help us. My heart pounds with a desperate, unspoken prayer that they find him. Tuesday, August 3, 1926 *. Last night was a blur of frantic searching, a nightmare made real. Even with the McConnells trained sniffing dogs, William remained lost. We wandered through the dense, unforgiving forest, our voices hoarse from shouting his name into the echoing darkness, but silence was our only answer. As dawn broke, painting the sky in a cruel, mocking gold, Mother, her eyes red-rimmed and weary, quickly prepared a meager breakfast. There was no time to waste, the search had to continue. Now, as the midday sun beats down, we are deep in the woods, the trees casting long, dancing shadows that seem to mock our desperate quest. I've brought my journal along, a small comfort, and as we pause for a moment's rest, I quickly scribble down these words, trying to make sense of the chaos swirling around us. The afternoon wears on, each minute stretching into an eternity. We're taking another much-needed break before we venture into some nearby areas known for their caves. There's a faint spark of hope. The sniffing dogs, bless their loyal hearts, seem to have caught William's scent. Please, let them be leading us in the right direction. Oh, dear God, we found him. We actually found William. The dogs led us straight into one of the caves, deep inside its cold, damp embrace. He was standing there, facing the cave wall, completely still. But something is profoundly wrong. It's been 2 hours since we pulled him from that dark cavern, and he hasn't uttered a single word. Not to Mother, not to Father, not even to me. They say it's the shock, the terror of being alone in that cave all night. But I know in my heart, deep down, that it's more than just fear. This isn't our William. We're home now, and William is finally in bed, supposedly sleeping. But I can't sleep. A cold dread has settled in my stomach. His eyes, when he looks at nothing, are empty, like his soul has been ripped from his body. He just stares, vacant and unsettling. Wednesday, August 4, 1926 *. Nightmares. Horrific, suffocating nightmares. I woke up drenched in sweat, tears streaming down my face. The morning light offers little comfort. William is awake, but he's just sitting on his bed, a silent sentinel staring out the window. I asked Mother what was wrong with him, and she tried to reassure me, saying he just needed a few days to recover from his ordeal. But hours have passed, and he hasn't moved from that spot. He's been there almost all day, unblinking, unmoving, staring at nothing beyond the glass. He hasn't eaten a bite, hasn't taken a sip of water. I am truly scared now, a fear that chills me to the bone. I think Mother feels it too. She mentioned she'd speak to Father when he returns from the fields. Father finally came home, his weary steps echoing through the house. Mother immediately took him into their room, their voices hushed, a desperate murmur behind the closed door. They've been talking for what feels like an eternity. I know now, with a certainty that makes my stomach clench, that she is terrified for William. At last, Father and Mother emerged from their room, their faces grim. Father went straight to William's room, hoping to break through to him, to coax a word, any word, from his silent lips. A while later, Father returned, his shoulders slumped. "He still won't talk," he said, his voice heavy with defeat. "He simply put William back to bed. Tonight, I can't bear to be alone. I will sleep in Mother and Father's room." Thursday, August 5, 1926 *. This morning, something truly terrifying happened, something that will forever be etched into my memory. We were jolted awake by William's screams, raw and piercing, tearing through the quiet dawn. We rushed to his room, but it was empty. Panic seized us as we searched every corner of the house, our hearts pounding. We finally found him outside, in the oppressive darkness of the yard, completely naked. His arms were raised, outstretched towards the luminous full moon, and he was screaming with an agony so profound, so visceral, it sounded as if someone were repeatedly plunging a knife into his flesh. Father, his face pale with shock and fear, scooped him up and carried him back to his bed. As Father gently laid William down, a chilling whisper escaped William's lips, strange, incomprehensible words that seemed to come from another world. And then, his eyes rolled back into his head, leaving only whites. Father, his voice trembling, declared he would fetch drive Baker tomorrow. "This can't wait. Something is gravely, horribly wrong with my brother." Friday, August 6, 1926 *. The clock just struck 8 in the morning. Dr. Baker arrived with Father, their faces etched with concern, ready to examine William. Mother, Father, and the doctor are in William's room now. They told me to wait outside, but every fiber of my being wants to know what's happening. The silence from inside is almost as terrifying as the screams from last night. Finally, drive Baker emerged. His words, though meant to be reassuring, sent a fresh wave of dread through me. He told Mother and Father that there's something wrong inside William's head. Not a sickness he can identify, he insisted, but something deeply disturbed. He emphasized the urgent need for William to start eating and drinking, warning that his body would begin to fail if he didn't. Now it's after lunchtime. After the doctor left, Father went back to his work in the fields, leaving Mother and me alone with the silent, vacant presence that used to be William. Mother made lunch for both of us and asked me to take William's plate to his room. My heart pounding with a mixture of fear and trepidation, I pushed open his door. But William wasn't there. My breath caught in my throat. I searched frantically in his closet, under his bed, nowhere. Mother and I have been tearing the house apart, desperately searching every corner, but William is gone again. Mother, her voice filled with despair, said we would have to wait until Father came home before we could search outside. When Father finally returned, exhausted from his day's labor, we immediately began searching outside. We scoured the grounds until darkness consumed everything, but William was nowhere to be found. Father, his voice heavy with a resignation that chilled me, said we would try again tomorrow. But a cold, hollow feeling told me it was useless. Saturday, August 7, 1926 *. I don't know what to do. I woke up this morning, my heart heavy with a nameless dread, and went straight to Mother and Father's room. They weren't there. I screamed their names as loud as I could, my voice cracking, but the house remained eerily silent. Running outside onto the front porch, I yelled for them again, but only the wind answered. We don't have a telephone, and the closest neighbors with one are the McConnell family, miles down the road. I am so terribly, utterly scared. I think I'll wait inside the house, praying, begging, that they've just gone to get help from the McConnells. 6 long, agonizing hours have passed since I woke up to an empty house. It's now 3 in the afternoon, and Mother and Father still haven't returned. I'm upstairs in my room, trying to make sense of this terrifying silence, when I hear it, the faint creak of the front door opening and then closing. My heart leaps with a desperate surge of hope. Mother, Father, I yell, my voice trembling. No answer. A cold, stark terror washes over me. It's William. It has to be William. I'm going to hide. I'm going to hide under Mother and Father's bed, and I'll pray, with every fiber of my being, that they come home soon. Oh, please, let them come home. I'm here now, squeezed under their bed, barely breathing. I can hear footsteps, heavy, deliberate footsteps, coming up the stairs. Oh no, please no. I don't know what to do. I can hear him now, coming down the hallway, slowly, deliberately. The fear is a physical weight, pressing down on me, suffocating me. I'm trying so hard not to cry, not to make a sound, hoping, praying, he won't find me. Writing in this journal, even now, helps to calm the terrifying storm raging inside me. Oh no, He's here. I think he's in the same room as me now. This is the end. End of journal entries. Those terrifying words were the final entries in Abigail Putnam's journal. It was discovered exactly where she described, tucked away beneath her parents' bed. Days later, the dismembered bodies of Abigail, her father Charles Putnam, and her mother Ann Putnam were found. The gruesome discovery was made in the very same cave where William had been found earlier that week. Authorities conducted an extensive search for William for several weeks, scouring every inch of the area, but he was never found. No one ever saw him or heard from him again. What truly happened in that cave? Was it William who committed these unspeakable acts, transformed by whatever malevolent force held him, or was he merely a pawn in a far darker game? What do you believe happened to Abigail's family and William? Share your theories in the comments below, no matter how chilling. And if this story sent shivers down your spine and left you questioning the true nature of evil, then make sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't let these forgotten tales fade into oblivion. Join us as we uncover more unsettling truths and explore the hidden horrors that lurk just beyond the veil of our understanding. You won't want to miss what we uncover next.